with only one game separating 100 Thieves Academy from another chance at a title. They are here into Game 3, 2-0 against Golden Guardians Academy after a truly devastating loss for Golden Guardians.
We're still trying to calm down from that game. Players are trying to regroup, and honestly...
Reset, man.
Yeah, we got to take a reset. That game was wild. If you missed it and you're just joining us, you're missing out. Go check that one out for sure. But, you know, spoiler alert, you've been warned. It's 2-0 100 Thieves Academy, and we got to see how Golden Guardians can reset.
And that's the big thing that we've been seeing throughout the Proving Grounds, especially the best of fives. Game 2 tend to be the bangers. They're the fun ones. They're the crazy ones that you want to watch back. But Game 3s, after teams have now figured out their opponents, they close these out. You look to just yesterday, 100 Thieves in Games 3 and 4 were able to close this out definitively.
And I want to see if Golden Guardians can bounce back. Because if you are GG, you were winning that game for the majority of it. You had the scaling comp, you had the Jinx ahead, you just botched the Infernal Soul, weren't quite able to finish on Elder, and then it was just a god-tier flank from 100 Thieves Academy. And if any team's going to put
100 Thieves Academy, you mean Busio.
Yes.
Because that was absolutely beautiful.
A god-tier flank, but also the team fight from them. I think Surdy said it, the best team fight he thinks that he's seen. I mean, he's the one playing in these games. I thought it was the best, but I feel like he's got more credibility than me. If any team, though, is going to have a mental reset, it's Golden Guardians. Ryoma. He's won this tournament before. These guys, 4 out of 5 of them have played on big stages before. They know the reset that they need. We're getting the pick ban. A couple of switches coming up.
Yeah.
Even though 100 Thieves won that last game, they're still the ones making changes, recognizing the early game didn't go their way. They're going to take that Ari instead of the Viega.
I was about to say, keep in mind how important both Chime and Ryoma were in that last game.
Yeah.
Those charms leading into the death sentences was a beautiful combo out of the side of Golden Guardians, so I can respect them wanting to deny that. But now, this gives Iconic his chance on Viego.
And I do like this for Golden Guardians Academy. This is a choice you're making as 100 Thieves. It's also the Tom Kench, so that's safety for the Jinx. I mean, the Thresh was awesome from Chime.
Well, Chime's a god on the Thresh, let's be honest.
But this TK is a lot of safety later. You are going to give over the Xayah Rakan, but GG, they showed that they were okay playing into that. And again, Iconic on his most played champion, the Xin Zhao last game. Viego is his second most played, and what I would argue is his best champion this split. So I think this is a good setup for Golden Guardians Academy. Keep in mind, this was the first 3 picks that 100 Thieves Academy had on the red side. But oh boy.
Oh, and we look at the side of Golden Guardians. 2 reset champions, Jinx, Viego. What do you draft into it? Kindred. Now you deny that potential to reset these fights.
And it's not just anyone's Kindred. It's Kenvy's Kindred.
The pentakill back in, what, 2020?
Yes, that's when he came onto the scene as an amateur player. He is so mechanically gifted. He's going to be taking that. And honestly, I mean, that's a big decision to make. Because yes, you can prevent the resets. You can slow fights down with a Lamb's Respite. But that's no Rakan now for Busio. And again, his Rakan, 7-1 in Proving Grounds. It's been a huge part of 100 Thieves' success, but they're looking at their role swap mid lane 2 support and Busio being like, hey, we trust you. You can play more champs. You've been picking up this role better. Not easy to play in the Chime, but we'll see what else Busio has up his sleeve.
So, hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, you're not going to judge me when I say this, right?
No, no judgment.
Busio's going to pick Nasus.
It's not good this game.
Busio's gonna pick Nasus.
Okay, I'm gonna judge you a little bit. I was like, Rel, Pyke, Set, all decent options. Nasus, he did play it yesterday.
No, they got Kindred. It's gonna be Nasus.
I'm not saying that. What I do think, though, is that we are going to see an Ornn denying that full front-to-back team fight from the side of Golden Guardians Academy. This will likely be countered by Tony Top's Camille, but I think that this is a nice call from 100 Thieves, and again, they have put a lot of priority on giving Busio counterpick. This is one where Busio could have had counterpick now, but they realized the importance of the Ornn, denying that from Tony Top. They're going to get it on to Gamsu himself.
And seeing that Gwen, that was another thing that we've seen a lot out of Tony Top this entire season.
It's been rising in priority, too.
It has, especially into Ornn.
It's a matchup we were starting to see back on the LCS stage. Tony Top, his Gwen. This is comfort. It's his most played. 13-3 on the champion between Proving Grounds, amateur play even, and LCS early in the season. The Gwen, Victor, this is still the late game scaling front to back.
That's going to be Nasus.
It's not Nasus, dude.
It's going to be Nasus.
I think it's going to be Rel. I think that Rel... you don't even have anything that like goes in with Rel. Maybe Set for flanks, but we'll see what Busio has up his sleeve.
It's going to be Nasus.
It's not Susan, man.
Nasus.
Renata.
Nasus? Renata. Okay, Renata. All right, you know what? Fine, Busio. Don't make me happy on this game. I just wanted to see. I didn't get a cast the NASA support. I wanted that, Cubby. Why couldn't you just let me have this?
Hey, don't blame me, man. It's 100 Thieves trying to make this one a 3-0.
You think I can throw a pen at Busio from here?
No, I feel like that's when we change your name from Magical to Mad Match.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
That's when we go back. But hey, 400 Thieves Academy. Honestly, this Renata, I'm curious to see how they are able to get ahead in lane. That's a lot of poke. Maybe they can find advantage in the 2v2, but we're used to seeing this champion when it's like full dive, full jump into you. So we'll see if any of those ults can be big, can connect, but GGA, they actually get to play with a ton of range this game.
The thing is, I will say, what I do actually like about this Renata, while the lane you talked about, that's good poke, you got good damage. If you actually look at GGA, it's deceptive. It's deceptive how much they want to skirmish, how much they want to fight into you. You have Gwen, you have Viego, even Victor, not the best range when it comes to these, has to play kind of close. And if Busio can have flanks like he did last game on Renata, that can catch them off guard.
My concern for GGA is that I think that like the engage options they have, they're going to rely a lot on that poke. I don't think they have a really sound engage tool.
That's fair.
And they have a ton of range. Whereas 100 Thieves, you have Ornn, you have Ahri. If you're able to connect the Ornn Horn with anyone, that's immediate non-committal follow-up from Jimmian, from Kenvi. And I think Golden Guardians are going to have to really rely on the fact that both of their solo lanes got counterpick. They need to get ahead. They need to make sure that 100 Thieves don't have the gold to push the pace and really force their will in this game.
It is game 3, Cubby. There is only one game now that Golden Guardians have left. If they lose that one game, they are knocked out of the Proving Grounds powered by Verizon, with 100 Thieves then booking their ticket again into the Grand Finals.
And I know that Golden Guardians Academy, it is a totally different roster this year, but they don't want to go out in 3rd place as an org. They want to make it to the finals, prove, Ryoma, prove that, you know, he can do it with this roster as well. He can get that rematch versus Harry, versus Team Liquid Academy. Whereas again, 100 Thieves Academy, just one good game away from booking their ticket again against all odds. Again, the worst team that we had in Academy regular season in the 2nd round robin. 5-13 to being one game away from grand finals.
Spawn called it. He said it's the Gamsu buff.
Gamsu's coming for him, man.
He's coming for him.
I don't know. I mean, Gamsu, that gangplank was all right in the last game. I'd say that all of 100 Thieves are coming for him as this team just continues to level up. I do want to bring our focus into this game. This is going to be a mirrored start for our junglers, something a little bit different this time around. Both junglers starting on the blue buffs, respectively. When you have a Kindred, you always have the option to invade early. And I want to see where Kenvi decides to pick his spot on this Kindred. You can do 3 camps, hit level 3, and then go directly into the red side. That's one option. Or you just take 2, try and get over there and beat him to the red buff. That's another. Really curious to see if Kenvi decides to make any of those early moves or just going to try and make sure he gets his farm on himself.
Well, I think it's also dependent on when they have those lane states in their favor, right? You want to make sure you're not just going into Viego, especially when you have things like Gwen, like Victor, that can clear up pretty effectively into their competition in that Ornn Ahri. Even bot lane, we see that Violet and Chime are getting an initial little trade on Busio and Wixie to wrestle for that control.
This is the 3rd time we've seen Jinx versus Xayah. When you have the AoE rockets, you can get early control, and really well done by Chime and Violet to make sure they have
also Tony Top
in the early lane. Whereas Tony Top, he is pushing up, but look at Kenvi. He actually, so, you know, the fastest clear you can get, you know, to get to the top side if you're on the blue side, it's Red Raptors Gromp. Kenvi, he's going to 3 camp and have double buffs. Tony Top is shoved up. He can get over this wall and get around the trinket. See if that ends up being the option.
No.
Really well done by Tony
nice.
Top. That's a beautiful trinket that will spot out Kenvi if he decides to go for this play.
Wait a minute.
And that's just going to get real fancy.
No, you'll get spotted out there. Okay, so now he sees it.
Spotted.
Tony Top understands. Had already popped that ghost to try to get away. Getting back towards the turret. Has that hop, skip, jump. When is immune, whatever meme you want to say. Because Tony Top's safe.
Really well done by Tony Top. And again, that was one of the things that happened in the last game. Kenvi went for a 3-camp play, or 1-camp play. GG were able to absorb it, able to make sure that they didn't burn too much. And now Iconic, he's freed up to go walk into Kenvi's side of the jungle, try and get some camps back, try and get some more resources on himself.
The coin flip. Kenvi didn't get the coin flip.
Oh, the mark.
That's I just noticed that right away. I'm like, oh, that's always tragic because it's a coin flip, right? You go for the top lane play. You're hoping that you get your mark on that side. It doesn't always work. Now Kenvi's like, wah, wah.
A little bit behind as Iconic will pick up that crab. Kenby. I actually like how Iconic left that little wolf too, knowing that wolves really tough camp to invade and access. Leaving that little one up actually denies that from respawning, getting some extra experience over in the hands of the enemy jungler. Really well done by Iconic, because again, Golden Guardians, they survived the first play from Kenby, and Iconic, he's ahead after the first clear.
That's what you'd want. You want to make sure that Iconic's in a good position against Kenby, not letting those early marks go over to Kindred when they can really take over the game, really try to pressure. You talked about those invade potentials. Well, it's now going to be more difficult with how well Iconic is doing so far in these early stages.
And so far, it's Golden Guardians. We did tease that they had counter pick in 2 out of their 3 lanes.
Okay,
Solo
like
lanes. It's the bot lane that's ahead on their own, but Kenby, he's trying to get back. Tony Top doesn't have Ghost this time around.
No, but dodges away from the knockup. Still will die. It's a first blood for Gamsu.
And the revisit, just like last game, wherever Kenby tries to make the first play, knows the trinket down, he's able to get back there, pick up the kill again. 100 Thieves get off to a good start.
Good start again. They constantly have these early plays where they make these first plays work so well. Getting this kill for Gamsu, sure, you would love to give that over to Kenby, but regardless, you're denying Tony Top from really pushing back Ornn.
And I like the proactive flashes just to guarantee they get something from the play.
Flashes are offensive summoner.
Exactly. When you play like that, that's how you can use them. As ends up being first blood going over to 100 Thieves, and we'll see if Gamsu can continue to shut down the match from there.
Chime? Okay, didn't get the knockup from
good.
Abyssal Dive. I was kind of looking at that. He was definitely wanting to play.
So one thing for Gamsu, he does have the Unsealed Spellbook, and when you hit level 6 on Ornn, and you are able to take Ignite with that Summoner, or I should say that Keystone, getting that extra Summoner spell, your all-in is really powerful. Tony Top, I want to see when he hits 6. I'm wondering if Gamsu is able to hit it first, get up in the face of the Gwen. It is a window where you can make plays. Speaking of making plays, Ryoma was forced back. He will TP back to mid, but because of the pressure, he's enabled 100 Thieves to step up and should be able to take this first dragon.
They should know it is being taken by Kenby, but the fact that they didn't have Ryoma in that position to back them up, they didn't really want to go for that. Even if Jimmy didn't have the TP, it would have been really risky.
Tony Top able to net 6 first. Good for him, as Gamsu, if he was able to get that level advantage, really good window from the all-in. You can see Gamsu preparing for that 6, actually has just swapped over to the Ignite.
Who wants to have that play onto Tony Top like you were just calling out, Cubby?
And we'll see. Speaking of plays, this is a massive wave that's stacking on the 100 Thieves bot side. Kenby's not here to answer.
They really want to go for this play, though, because looking at where Kenby is, they could possibly try it. It's going to be difficult. You have good tools to lock people under turret with both Wixie and Busio.
That's really big. The fact that 100 Thieves were able to pick up that wave, that's a massive wave. As
Nice
Jimmy
charm.
might be forced to ult here.
Yep, there it is. Going to ult away just to escape. Saw that Iconic was nearby. Kenby is going to get the first stack of the game for Kindred.
Well done from the side of Golden Guardians and Ryoma. He's getting something out of the Ahri. As, again, slow game for them. These solo laners, they need to get ahead in gold. Because when you look at Golden Guardians comp, how do they engage? It really feels like it's going to be very solo lane focused, utilizing the gold to get poked, slow things down, make sure that 100 Thieves cannot get past the river. I think if 100 Thieves get an advantage, they have so many tools they can use to press that advantage. That's where I'm concerned for Golden Guardians. Yes, they scale, but 100 Thieves, we've seen how powerful they are when they're able to pull the trigger.
In game 1, they did that. In game 1, they made sure that this survive early game was going to not work out for Golden Guardians. And here, in game 3, it's working out at least pretty decently. They're getting these early leads, but they got to continue this pace. They got to continue to look for plays or get trade damage like that in the bot lane.
And they even denied a cannon creep. -1s in the chat. As nice force from Golden Guardians. Even if they lose out in the health trade, still picking something up.
See, this is why I play support, so I don't have to worry about getting.
That's true. As,
Flash. That was a flash. Chime got thick skin. Should be fine. Has Ignite. Getting a lot of damage. Even using the rocket from Violet. Okay.
That's some good poke, as 100 Thieves.
Just more surprised.
Should be able to pick up this bot lane all right, but in the meantime, Jimmy doesn't have ult quite yet. Kenby just looking to hover to make sure that Ryoma can't step up too aggressively. Ryoma does have blue buff and ult. Jimmy, I think he's just going to have to eat that wave, see how bad it get poked out is again. That counter pick for Ryoma. He's been the best performing mid laner in Academy for me throughout the regular season, in PG as well.
Ooh.
He's trying to make his mark.
My goodness, Ryoma. Really trying to take the X Factor back, Jimmy.
And even if it's a flash for flash trade, yes, it does benefit the Ahri, but Ryoma, he's going to get this massive wave in. Jimmy has to base. He cannot TP back. That's going to be a cannon lost, and Ryoma, that's some pressure. We'll see if 100 Thieves, though, can answer that flash being down, because Victor without flash, if you're past the halfway point in that lane, you are screaming to have someone come to your lane and gank you.
I'm just trying to think of a good way to get around it then, if you're Victor. You go...
Don't be
Gale
past
Force?
the halfway point.
Oh.
Control the wave.
I was thinking Gale Force.
Yeah,
but-
we have different ways of thinking about how the game should be played, right?
Yeah.
Differing views. It's always really nice to have. It's valuable. Leagues, again, it's a mental exercise trying to solve the puzzle.
And I try to exercise everyone's
Yeah, and you
mental.
always push that.
Yeah.
Push the envelope.
Yeah, I think I've destroyed it, burned it a long time ago. So right now, Jimian getting some plates there. It's allowing a lot of time for Kenvi to look for that Rift Herald and get good plays, good advantages over Golden Guardians early.
And, you know, this comp from GG, a lot of it's about slowing down the game, getting advantages in the solos, but that reset from Ryoma, he resets second. So even though Jimian loses out on that cannon wave, because he was able to get back after the reset to the lane first, and Ryoma had to respond, match the reset, that is the one-wave timer that opened up for Kenvi to take the Rift Herald. He's able to snag it, and knowing that now, Iconic trying to make an answer in the spot lane play, it's tough.
It's gonna be level 6, and it's gonna be answered in mid lane. Looking for Ryoma without that flash. You talked about the halfway point. You're halfway to dead.
And you can't take down the Xayah. All the feathers, it's so easy for Xayah to clear out the wave, so GG, they can't pull the trigger bot, and instead it's 100 Thieves utilizing the engage tools that they have to find the charm, find the kill, and push that advantage as this Rift Herald should be dropped mid.
There it is, pop there, Iconic. Can't really do much. There's not really much you can hope to stop with that fat minion wave and the crash coming in from Shelly.
Wow.
First brick picked up by 100 Thieves. A lot of gold too for Jimian, but the bot lane play is being attempted by the side of Golden Guardians. They want to at least get some pressure, force some of these ults out of 100 Thieves so they can bring back Iconic.
It even got a secondary charge, and that's so big, taking mid turret against a Victor, as 100 Thieves not stopping there.
Horn? Nope, not much. Though it is a pretty big fight going on still with the Ignite ticking away. Tony Top's got to be careful.
Flash.
No, that was close. But Kenvi, he's here to make sure that the play works out.
And Kenvi, he's got 2 marks as he took away the Gromp camp as well. Again, 4, you get some bonus range, but it's 100 Thieves. We teased for GG. They had the counter pick in both solo lanes. What's happened in the last couple minutes? They both went down to Kenvi, to Jimian, to Gamsu, as the utilization of counter picks, honestly, it's been the blind bot lane that is the point of strength for GG, and Violet, the player that played at Worlds last year. He has to be the one that steps up this game, pushes his team to a game 4, because he really is the only one that has an advantage at this point.
It's do or die for Golden Guardians, and last game was a difficult loss to suffer. You gotta imagine the mental toll that takes on these players going into a whole new game, trying to reset that. We talked about resetting at the very beginning of this game ourselves, but this team really has to make sure they're going into this calm, patient, understanding the limits of their champions.
And we'll see if GG decide to test some of those limits here, as Dragon is started. 100 Thieves, they do have 4. Ryoma, he's on reset. Yeah, he has TP, but he can't TP any turrets. And this is Kenvi taking the Dragon for free as 100 Thieves continue the dominant Dragon control they've had in this series.
Second one of the game.
Oh, hold on.
I was waiting for that as well. Buzio was smart to that. Brad Trinket puts the ward down.
That's a mark.
Exactly, another mark for Kenvi too. Up to 3 now?
Should be.
Yeah. Yep, 3.
And we'll see Kenvi. He's already made an impact on the top side. Mid lane, last lane, he's left to impact. It's bot. He's trying to maybe think about setting Violet behind. And one of the big parts about that turret falling early mid, last game, Ryoma on the Ahri. He had the 3 kills. He always had first move.
Yep.
What's going on this game? 100 Thieves, that Ahri's ahead. The turrets are down. Look at how aggressive they're posturing.
They can.
Oh
that turret's low.
goodness.
Ryoma knows that can be taken. He's like, yeah, I ain't fighting that one. You can have it. But now what can Golden Guardians do elsewhere? That's the big thing. They've lost 2 turrets in mid lane, but no answers anywhere.
And this is where the fact they don't have the trigger pull is, really tough, because when you are behind, you can't force plays elsewhere. That is when you know that you have a numbers advantage on the other side of the map for the enemy team. They don't have the ability to force that very easily in this team composition, and it's causing Golden Guardians to, it looks like game 1, right? They can't really make plays on 100 Thieves. They need to buy time. They need to scale, but 100 Thieves just aren't giving them the time to do so, as Kenvi hits his 4th mark, and he's looking top, but Iconic. Good hover.
Good hover to make sure there is not another dive onto Tony Top, nor a drive-by for Kenvi to get more stacks and really get out of control. But it's going to be difficult for Golden Guardians. When you have 4 stacks on Kindred, you've got Kraken Slayer completed, You pretty much got your double marksman comp set up.
I mean, he's so far ahead. And I mean, Kenvy's Kindred, it's so good. It's 2-1 this split. 1-0 in PG. Utilize it to beat Malice, take down the Karthus, one of those games. As 100 Thieves again. And their run here, it's been so impressive. They have taken down the top 2 Academy teams, the top 2 AM teams that we had, and now they're looking to take down the 3rd Academy team as Team Liquid, that 4 Academy seed. They're the top dogs, waiting for them in Grand Finals, that rematch. As 100 Thieves will have taken down every team in order to get that, in order to earn that right that we have in Proving Grounds. This team, the run they've made has been so insane. 1 game away from making sure they are at least able to get into the final best of 5. So they can continue to play the way that they've been playing, honestly, today to do so as GG. We'll see if they can really find any windows to make plays. That's the big part that they're struggling with at the moment.
And 100 Thieves are the last remaining team that played in the play-ins for Proving Grounds in the first round. Still managing to fight back valiantly, getting to the stage. 2-0 up Golden Guardians. And even here, they have the advantage. 4,000 gold. 15 minutes into the game, and there's only been 3 kills. They've been out-macroing Golden Guardian.
And this is the lane that's ahead, but look at how difficult it is for them to play this. The poke from Xayah, Ryoma, he has the base. He does have empowered TP, but Jimmy, and he was just on the hover, so they know they can't even approach the wave, can't even go past the turret, or else they risk getting dove. They can't check the brush, because if Kenvy's still there, he can melt him. The sweepers pop. The Kindred's yet to be spotted.
Yeah, at least yet. They know, though, there's got to be
now
someone
Jimmy's
nearby.
Here. Oh, no.
Jimmy's here, and look at how low Violet is with a nice hustle takeover. The Devourer gives a shield to Violet, but is it going to be enough to save his life? It's not going to do anything. They've got 3 kills in this bot lane. Ryoma looking to chase down Wixie, but he is silenced. It's a triple kill for Wixie.
And everything falls apart for Golden Guardians. The fact that they don't have the tools to make plays, they just have to wait until 100 Thieves make the play upon them, and it is a huge early game lead for our young Academy squad, as now the last lane that was ahead, it's been shut down by 100 Thieves in this game. It's looking like it's all them.
And you gotta just love this story for 100 Thieves. The journey they've gone on from, I mean, we've said it so many times, that second round robin in the regular season, how poor that was for them, especially when they were this team that everyone was looking to be a top team in Academy. But here they are, battling back, and this replay, they couldn't ask for a cleaner dive.
This is just so difficult. The Renata ult into the Xayah ult. The flash from Wixie was so clean as well. Ryoma tried to get the shutdown, cannot get anything, but now GG looking.
Okay, they got 1. They got a reset. 2 for Iconic with a knockup coming in. They got the double. No, the flash away comes in for Kennedy. He's still alive. Lands for Strike comes out, but they got a lot of damage. Tony top. You don't work. Why'd you leave? The hustle takeover is not going to do anything. The Bailout did not save your life. And Golden Guardians suddenly are battling back.
Backs up against the wall. GG make a play as now Ryoma's in trouble.
He has got charmed, but he got a lot of damage on to Jimmy. But the Spirit Rush is way stronger.
But still, for Golden Guardians, that's big. That's some shutdowns going into their coffers, and props to Iconic, because this, again, is a team with pretty low engage. But the fact that Iconic was able to find the play, able to find the Orin Gamsu, didn't get his ultimate off. Good catch from the Golden Guardians junglers now. Speaking of catches, Violet did get an objective bounty, but now getting hunted down in the side lane. Gamsu, Jimmy, gotta believe Violet's going down.
They spotted him out, and the best he could hope for was a reset with an execute, but that call of the forward god wombo combo killing spree for Jimmy is too much.
That was clean, man. The charm into the max range Q, getting all the damage at the same time. 100 Thieves taking him down a little bit of style. I still think it's worth it for the side of Golden Guardians. Again, Violet did get an objective bounty, did get the wave in. That's really not that bad considering the point of the game that GG is at.
And for Golden Guardians, really, you're just looking for scraps. You're looking for anything because you need to survive and get to that late game. You have to find plays because you're losing. 3 dragons now for 100 Thieves, but you know Kenvy's there. You can set up this dive onto Wixie Busio.
I mean, even in the second game, the only dragon that GG's picked up so far is that one Elder.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean,
they forfeited everyone.
What a game. What a series coming out from 100 Thieves is, again, GG, their only play. Chance was to look topside where the bot lane is, and they're going to go for it.
Comes out. A lot of damage on a Wixie. Even if he's got a shield, they've got Iconic there. There's the Featherstorm, but still death arrives for Wixie. Jimmy, he could be a hero to save the day, and he's going to be able to do just that while Busio dies on the other side. Killing spree for Tony Top.
Still good for Golden Guardians. I know they're losing a ton of objectives around the map, but this really is the only answer, the only choice they have to try and force fights, try and get shutdowns, try and find kills. and it's not over. You pointed out correctly, 100 Thieves, Gamsu, Kenvi, they're so tanky. You can see GGA, they're just trying to reset, get out of here in time, but Kenvi, he'll jump this.
They got the mark on Tony Top. Here's Chime, looking to see if he can save his top laner. Here's the call of the Forge God, knock up onto Tony Top. Death, another stack for Kenvi, and make it 2 kills as they chase down Chime.
That Kindred is shredding Golden Guardians, and Kenvi trying to take away any hope of a comeback from GG, as it was warranted the attempt. They had to try and make plays, but this no-engage comp, they just couldn't force hard enough. And if you don't force plays in 100 Thieves, if you enable them to play through pushing lanes and a pushing jungle, this is what Kenvi and the rest of his squad can do.
And we take a look at this replay. Again, it's nice things for Golden Guardians, the scraps that I was talking about that they're securing for themselves. But what does it matter when you're losing so many stacks or giving so much gold over to Kenvi?
I mean, they have to go for plays like this, right? You got to try something. And honestly, at this point, it is a positive play for GG. They're trading out evenly, but they just weren't able to get in base fast enough. Kenvi literally ran from taking bot lane inner turret to getting the mark on blue buff up here and then to make this dive. That's just how far ahead 100 Thieves Academy are. Kenvi is running this rift. GG do not have an answer.
Not at all, and more gold has been piled into the secondary marksman. Now the main primary marksman for 100 Thieves. You're 4-1. You've got your wits end completed. You've got the TP with Jimmy on the flank and the charm to land on a Chime. That's a lot of damage for a level 14 Ahri.
Honestly, it was a nice catch by Chime. Better connects on him instead of Violet.
Fair.
Hey, at least with that TP, it did take away that flank angle the 100 Thieves have, but now we are past the 20-minute mark of the game. Rift Herald's being dropped. Baron is a big threat. Kraken Slayer on Kenvi can do it fast, but GG, they're looking for force.
Connects, but that's a lot more damage. And I don't think you wanted to find that fight, Golden Guardians, because now you are routed. Here are 100 Thieves on the chase and the kill. Jimmy bring in the X Factor here in Game 3, wanting to book a ticket to finals.
Jimmy's Ahri's been so good. One of the big improvements of 100 Thieves Academy in the tournament, it's been their soul laners upping their play. The big game players, Gamsu and Jimmy, coming up big. It's 5-0-3, 22 stacks in the BM book for Jimmy. He's going to take the turret. His team's going to take the Baron. And it sure as hell is looking like 100 Thieves are going to take this 3-0.
I don't know what Golden Guardians can do besides pull a miracle in this game, Cubby, because right now, when you're down 9,000 gold, 21 minutes into the game, it's looking dire for Golden Guardians.
And I mean, to round out this improvement arc for 100 Thieves Academy, what better way to put an exclamation point at the end of that than beating the team that put you in lower bracket?
Right.
It was a clean 2-0 for GGA. And I know that game 2 was really close. Honestly, should have been GGA's game, but the other 2 games the 100 Thieves have played into them, it's been so good. The fact, again, giving this team pushing lanes, giving them priority, they are able to get ahead. GG just weren't able to ever get to the point where they can scale past it. And 100 Thieves, if they get an advantage at any point, you know that this young team will force. They love to find fights. They're team fighting out of their minds in this series. They're 1 minute away from securing that last dragon, getting Mountain Soul, and certainly making sure that that is the end of this best of 5.
They're up 10,000 golds, Cubby. They're up 5 turrets. They're up 9 kills, and they're up 3 dragons while being up 2 games. 100 Thieves are set up to make it to the finals for another time to face the same opponent as they did in summer.
With a very different roster. I mean,
very different.
Gamsu.
Only Gamsu.
He was the only one who was a part of that winning team. Kenvi was over in EU, now Kenvi.
Okay, they're attempting to play onto Kenvi, but look at how much damage Chime took. Even with shields, it's not enough, but they get the Lamster's Bite out all the while. Jimmy is just trying to open up the base. If they can get the kill on a Kenvi, that might be working. With the ban allowed, it worked, but he still died. Now the reset's coming from Iconic. They did a lot of damage, but he had to use Heartbreaker Wedge to be able to survive. Violet getting a lot of damage onto the backline. Waiting to see if he can chase it down. Not going to be able to connect that zap, so now they have to be careful. That was a 4v5 fight, Cubby. There's the backdoor going on this whole damn time.
And Jimmy, he doesn't have the empowered TP. He's just hitting the Nexus turrets. GG, even though it's an even fight, they have to base, they have to seed the Mountain Soul, as Ryoma is going to be the sole person sticking around trying to deny this monster objective from the side of 100 Thieves Academy, trying to deny this 3-0 from his old team. But it sure as hell is looking hard.
You gotta get the miracle, then there has not been one just yet, Cubby. Jimian is forced to use the ult away. Here's Ryoma, but it is a worthy sacrifice, unless he can take one with him. Jimian playing great, kiting this back out. He is the escape artist. You can never stop him from getting back to his team.
Okay, all right. Jimmy knew that play way better than me. Hey, 4v1, who cares? He had that thing all planned, that preemptive fire.
Not even close, baby.
Not even close. Another escape for Jimmy, and it's the Mountain Soul for 100 Thieves Academy. So even though GG, again, trying to be proactive, trying to find the shutdowns, just can't deal with all the engaging, all the money in the coffers of 100 Thieves Academy, and they're the ones still pushing this game ahead in their favor.
And even with the void staff completed for Ryoma,
It's tough.
I know, exactly.
Ornaments.
You got ornaments, you got dragon, and mountain dragon too. They really hinder that ability to burst down these members, and we take a look at this fight. It's just Kenvi.
I mean, someone's got to go for a play, right? And honestly, I really liked that W from Chime. At least force Kenvi back. Yes, he's going to go down, but it is a 4v2. You have to try and find something.
The thing is, also, the bailout does barely work, so Kenvi can get a little bit more damage off in that fight. I mean, granted, he still dies, but it's delaying these fights, right? It's making sure that it's that much more difficult for the resets to actually work for Golden Guardians.
Yeah, it's not just like you can't die once, twice, right?
What about 3 times?
We're going to need some different champs for that.
Supper? Dinner? I don't know. One of those things. But right now, this is where 100 Thieves are really flexing their might. Another inhibitor turret is gone, an inhibitor to follow.
Kenvi just melting through this. The second inhibitor. Again, 100 Thieves up 2 games. That third inhibitor falls. Third game looking to fall. That's all that's left for 100 Thieves. Even one Nexus turret. Golden Guardians backs up against the wall. Keep in mind, 100 Thieves somehow pulled out a miracle Game 2 yesterday against Immortals.
They pulled out Game 2 miracle here.
They're going to need even more of a miracle in this Game 3, so here we go.
And they got the fight. Tony Top getting a lot of damage onto Wixie. The bailout with, no, the Hellsoul takeover is at least able to get the Devourer out of 1 with Ryoma getting a fat shield, but not enough life to be able to survive unless they can get that kill. Kenvi in the back line with Flamster's Bite. Iconic knocked into the air. No resets for Golden Guardians. History will repeat itself here. A quadruple for Kenvi as they now will face off against Team Liquid in the grand finals.
What a series. What a statement from 100 Thieves Academy as their improvement arc. We're going to have to see how much they've upped their game to take down the top dogs at TLA, but they have booked their tickets. They have earned it. They have taken down the top 3 Academy seeds. They've taken down Immortals Academy, and they have booked their tickets to wrap up the gauntlet run against Team Liquid Academy tomorrow.
And what a story for them from the play-ins, round 1, because they had such a miserable time in the second round robin to here. The big stage, now to the grand finals to face off against Team Liquid, the team that they had bested 3-2 in the summer 2021 Proving Grounds. And with how they played today, Cubby, I don't even know if we're going to get a Game 5 in that one. They're just absolutely immaculate.
I mean, keep in mind, all of our analysts, they had this going to 5. We were talking today saying this could easily go 4 or 5. We thought this was going to be a close series back and forth. Yes, Game 2 was a banger. Yes, this could have easily been headed to a Game 4, but 100 Thieves, they were the ones backs up against the wall. Went for the Hail Mary. Busio with that God tier flank. The team fight from Wixie and Gamsu as well. I mean, it's so tough to come back from that as GG. And we saw 100 Thieves just run with it from there. The 3-0, taking down the team that put them in the lower bracket as they booked their tickets into that grand final.
Whew, and what a way to do so. Game 2, banger. Games 1 and 3, clean. Absolutely beautiful stuff from 100 Thieves. And you know what?
No dragons.
No
dragons. The one Elder for
just
GG.
the one. They can be controlled every part of the jungle. He was the one dictating that pace.
I mean, really, for 100 Thieves Academy, it's been levels up from everyone. It feels like Kenvi, it's someone that's, you know, kind of returning to form, returning to what we knew that he could bring to the table from his past play. And the fact that, you know, he's doing it on his signature picks, too. Sending the message over to Team Liquid Academy. And, I mean, they were the tournament favorites.
Gamsu's coming for him.
Yeah, Gamsu's coming for him. I guess Spawn got his wish. We'll see if what Team Liquid Academy has tomorrow. I had them as my tournament favorites at the start. But if anyone has proven they deserve to be in the grand finals, deserve to take down those top dogs, it's this team. And we have our rematch.
3-0 victory for 100 Thieves. Mazel will be taking the Verizon post-game interview after this break.
Welcome on back to the Proving Grounds, powered by Verizon. We are joined by the victorious Busio as the 100 Thieves Academy booked their ticket to the Grand Finals for a second year in a row. How does it feel coming off of it, man? Do you feel like it was an easy day, 3-0 out of the way, TLA on the horizon?
Yesterday was way more stressful than today because we have the experience from yesterday, and coming in, I was just way more chill and ready to play the game.
I love it. Busio, not Busio. You were here. Papa Smithy was talking about, stress is all gone, nerves are gone after the victory. Did you feel that kind of resurgence after the series themselves, like you're ready to go for the next 2 days of potential best of fives?
Yeah, especially after the series, I'm just kind of chilling, looking forward to tomorrow. I'm not even too tired, to be honest.
I love it. Hey, that'll do it with the 3-0. You guys dominantly took that. Now, I do have a little bit of something to say here. You guys haven't been introduced yet. You guys haven't talked to each other.
You weren't kidding.
I wasn't joking. We're going to do a little intro. So go ahead and introduce yourselves to each other, right?
Hello, I am Suri. It feels weird calling myself my gamer tag. I am Jet. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Suri.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And he's Busio, if you didn't know.
Yeah,
Just making
I mean, of course I know. That's that flanking game too, wouldn't I?
Yeah, right. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit. And Suri, I want to go to you to lead the question, because getting the nitty gritty of that fight, it's incredible. Cubby called it out on Twitter. You were talking so much about it. So go ahead and have a little bit of conversation. What stood out to you about that towards Busio?
I mean, pretty much, it was just the fact that at that point, the only way for you guys to win a fight is to make it so that it's not a front to back. You don't have primary engage, but you have to somehow get onto the Jinx. So you wrapping around all the way, going from the top red all the way down, was just really impressive. The fact that you had the foresight to do that and understood that that was the one win condition that you guys had left was sick.
Who was calling for that? Was that your idea?
Yeah, I just said in comms, I'm going to monster flank because I knew we couldn't win a front to back. Ornn was too tanky. Jinx has GA. They Thresh. There's no winning front to back, so I'm just like, I'm going to make it random and go behind them.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that, right? Because there's not a lot of people in the league who just will be able to do that from such a deficit. And we were talking about how it's kind of difficult to play that composition with no face checkers.
Yeah, it definitely was hard. Like, Rakan usually wants to be secondary engage, but I was kind of the primary engage, so there was a lot of pressure on me to get a good fight going.
Yeah, so one thing we've been talking a little bit about is the idea of momentum throughout the course of a tournament, right? Now, obviously, you guys have just had 2 series that you have won back-to-back in 2 different days, but you are going directly into your series tomorrow. And the big question is, would you prefer, in general, to just have those series of wins over and over, or would you have preferred to have some time off to kind of study your opponents?
Honestly, it's more fun this way with no break.
I like that. I like that.
Seeing you and Winky pop off at the end there was so nice. But seriously, I want to talk a little bit about that, because you guys seem to be having fun the entire time. And I think that's super important when you're looking at series like this, to enjoy what you're doing, to make sure you can actually do it well. So do you feel like you guys are really just vibing right now? You're on the same level, you and Wixie? Because it seems like the play is representing that.
Yeah, I think we are. We're kind of using the energy from the stage and being in the studio for the first time to our advantage, and we're just here to have fun and enjoy the games.
I love it, man. And especially, what were you gonna say, Jay?
Yeah, well, I just, as we kind of look at this, it feels like, in general, 100 Thieves have just leveled up, and you guys have been monstrous during the Proving Grounds in a situation where, I don't know if you guys realize this, but you were last in the second round robin. What has changed now that you're in the bracket stage mentally for the team?
It's a lot of small things, but the overall thing is just confidence with each other. Like, once you forget how to win, it's really hard to win.
Yeah.
But once you relearn how to win, and you trust that even in bad situations where we're so many thousands of gold down, we can still come back. We just believe in ourselves.
And does the communication change with that? You know, Gamsu and Jimin coming in. Like, I know Jimin has never been a huge talker, but how much has that changed for you guys?
I mean, Jimmy talks when he needs to talk, and when we're winning, I mean, everybody's positive and people are looking for things. While when you're losing, it's really hard to make the first play because you might make a mistake and just lose the whole game.
I got a serious question here that maybe it's analytical, maybe it's just feeling. What's up with game 2s, man? Game 2s are bangerinos. What is it? Is it just the play? You just got to get all that in there in game 2?
I think it's the time of day. It's the perfect time of day to play, so we want to extend the game.
I like it. Good headspace there. Make sure you get as much practice with the crazy situations as you can.
Yeah.
I love it. But I guess I just want to get your general thoughts about these last 2 games, right? It is your first time playing on studio, on stage, in Academy itself, having come in halfway through the season just about. What does this mean for you, Busio?
Feels really good that my first split playing, we're having a really good run in Proving Grounds, and it's just a lot of new things, and it's honestly just a lot of fun.
I love it, man. Well, we have one thing for you to do, and it's the best part, because you get to go right 100A on the bracket for playoffs. So go ahead and go do that, and let's take your rightful place in the grand finals.
Let's go.
Also, could you do me a quick favor and write what you think the score is going to be for tomorrow as well?
Give quick predictions.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
My
Joshi.
It's all good.
I'm sorry. That's the producers. They're asking me to do it.
Hit the clear at the bottom, the red button.
Yeah. Try it one more time. There you go.
Okay.
Let's see that penmanship.
You're welcome, Kelsey.
And there you go. Now with
what's the score? What's the score tomorrow?
Expecting a banger.
I'm hoping for
I think they're pretty good. 3-2.
3-2.
Hey, gotta get some silver scrapes
I'm
in
ready
there.
for 5
I
games.
like it.
Let's go. 100 Thieves Academy take their rightful place in the grand finals. A history of legacy and wins and just absolute gamer knowledge for 100 Thieves Academy. I want to get your thoughts on TLA before you go and before we go off for the day, because it will be a hotly contested match. The book writes itself at this point, because these two organizations are literally proving grounds for the recent memories. So for you going against TLA, being a new member on 100 Thieves Academy, having come up from 100 Thieves Next, what does it mean to be able to potentially take another grand finals from Team Liquid Academy as 100 Thieves as a whole?
I mean, it'd be pretty cool because that's what happened last Proving Grounds, and new roster or different roster, and I want to be part of it.
I love it. Sir, do you got any thoughts on the finals here for Proving Grounds?
Dan Gangplank or Bradley is going to be coming for you guys.
Josh, you got any closing thoughts on
I
on
mean,
this
I
best
guess,
part?
you know, as a new player, right, we've hyped up you and Wixie as some of the newer guys who are on 100 Thieves Academy. Do you feel the rivalry, right? Is that something that you guys are thinking about? Is there anything different that goes into this kind of matchup because there's so much history between these two orgs?
There's more of a rivalry with me and Wixie and their bot lane because they smashed us in the regular season, but we also learned a lot from them.
Yeah.
So I want to go up and then return the favor to them.
Oh man, the words do not get better. But that is going to be it from us today. Thank you so much, Busio, for joining us. Thank you, Surdy, for the entire day. I'm glad we got to have you on the desk, at least for 3 games. Joshi, as always, constant. Thank you so much. To everyone at home, it's been an absolute incredible experience to see 100 Thieves Academy book their ticket to the grand finals. And the stories just write themselves as we have a continuation of the rivalry best of 5 tomorrow. Thank you to production. Thank you to everyone for making this look so great on screen. And we'll see you tomorrow for more Proving Grounds action.
They've gotten 1 kill with another going
Watch
gold.
Candy,
They're trying to see if they can get this back out, but they got the kill coming in from
reset.
Denby. They're looking to see if they can chase them down. But look at Wixie chasing down Golden Guardians. A kill on Ryoma. Time the next one to fall. A triple kill for 100 Thieves. Well, nice charm connect onto Jimmy, but not a kill that can connect. They've got the dive. They're looking for it. They want an ace 10 this game, Cubby. Game 1 is 100 Thieves, and has been since moment 5. Kenby's going to be the first castle. No, he's not. He's golden. They've got a lot of damage on it. Iconic. When they're looking for the feather, they're going to be able to get kills for Jimmy, and he goes golden.
got the reset.
He got resets. They can chase him down. Violet, he can't do much. He's gone. No way. 100 Thieves. They might have just clawed this game back. Guardian's got to be careful. They're getting a lot of damage, and here's going to be the engage coming in from Iconic on the other side with a nice knock back. But they've got so much damage on the side of 100 Thieves.
Jimmy in.
Huge. They've got the kills, though. What do you need? They've got the Nexus in the back line with Lancer's Bite. Iconic knocked into the air. No resets for Golden Guardians. History will repeat itself here. A quadruple for Kenby as they now will face off against Team Liquid in the grand final.